Hi, and welcome back to the Citizen channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well. And we finish off the 21-22 season by a look back, a comprehensive game-by-game look back. It's in three parts, so we just do a little paragraph on each game, little comments. If it's a bigger game, there might be more sort of comments, but a comprehensive look back, of course, at the season. The ups and downs, yeah, interesting. A very odd season. Not always at our best, I don't think, City in this season. Individual players had good moments, periods as well. You think of Bernardo, certainly in the first half of the season. You think of KDB in the latter half of the season, stuff like that. But thankfully, we finished with a little bit of glory, didn't we? So that's all we can ask for. But plenty of disappointments as well on the way. So we're going to have a look back in this part one. What exactly happened? Yeah, the frustration of missing out on the Champions League in 2021, of course, rolled over to this one. Were we disappointed? We'd probably got over it by the start of the season, hadn't we, in the trip to Wembley for the Leicester game. So we're going to have a look at that as the starting point. So please, if you are new to the channel, if you're not already subscribed, do so. If you can tell your friends, that'd be great. Your City supporting friends, make an old City fan very, very happy. And of course, you can give us a thumbs up for this. And if you watch all three, please check in for parts 2 and 3 as well, just for a full look back and some good memories, some bad memories. Right, we'll go to August 2021. Make our first of 2 visits to Wembley, of course, for the Community Shield against Leicester on the 7th of August. Leicester claimed the Shield, of course, despite a pretty competent display by City, considering we had lots of players missing, players coming back from not injuries, but international duty and a longer break, of course, after our longer run, especially with the Champions League final, etc. And of course, it will be Iheanacho who, got the season after a disappointing start for us by scoring a very late goal. Of course, I would have been happy just for it to go to penalties and win it like that, but. There you go. So my man of the match that day, these are my ratings. There's a couple where I didn't, so I'll include what the Manchester Evening News thought. But my man of the match for this one was Cole Palmer. So there you go. Pep would say after this, we will arrive like it happened last season, late, because UEFA and FIFA don't give time to managers for the calendars or players to rest. He went on, we are trying to get results knowing we are not at our best game by game. Well, we certainly want our best the next game, was it? The following Sunday, a trip to Spurs. And again, we were licking our wounds, weren't we? As our nemesis, Son, of course, ably assisted by the striker that never came, Mr. Kane, helped Spurs to a 1-0 win, of course. An open game, Spurs 15 shots, City 22 shots, but the lack of a striker was blamed early doors. All of a sudden, the desperation for a striker was kicking in, and this would be a continuing theme, of course, despite scoring plenty of goals. My man of the match, Gundogan, I gave for this one. On to Saturday, 21st of August, we sawed off Norwich quite easily. Yeah, players are slowly returning back to the squad. Norwich could only muster one feeble shot, and City's 5 goal were a cruel own goal. It was cruel. Grealish, Laporte, Sterling and Mahrez. My man of the match for that one, Jesus. Who needs a striker, we thought, didn't we? When a week later, we also put 5 past the slightly better opposition in Arteta's Arsenal. Again at the Etihad, who, like Norwich, Arsenal only managed one paltry shot on target. Gundogan, Torres with 2, Jesus and Rodri were the scorers. And our man of the match, a guy called Torres. Wonder where he is now. Wonder what he's doing. So August finished. We'd played 4, won 2, lost 2. Down the middle, scored 10, let in 2. On to September, a tricky trip to Leicester, of course, for our first game. A little bit of revenge, hopefully, for the Community Shield. A tight 1-0 win for us, but well worth it in the end, although strikers Jesus and Torres, had sort of been on fire, but all of a sudden that's sort of been dampened, hadn't it, in this game, and it was Bernardo who popped up with the only goal. And our man of the match was Bernardo. 15th September, and it was a 9-goal thriller at the Etihad as City started as we started. I'll say City sometimes and us sometimes, depending. We know what it is. We started our UCL endeavours, of course, a 6-3 win on match day 1 against RB Leipzig, who sort of went toe-to-toe with us, a bit similar to Tottenham, I suppose. Scorers Ake, Mukiele, an own goal, Mahrez, Grealish, Cancelo and Jesus. And we had become the quickest English team to win 50 games in the quickest English team to win 50 games in the competition. Man of the match that night, Grealish. Yeah, it was a case of after the Lord Mayor's show, though, the following Saturday's the City Saints game, City Southampton game ended 0-0, although VAR had overturned a late City goal by Sterling for offside. We had sort of VAR to thank as well because for overturning a penalty shout against us, the rescinding of a red card given to Walker as well. So we got away with that. So bit of good, bit of bad in that one. City man of the match, Ake. This week had also sadly seen the passing of football and TV legend Jimmy Greaves. Rest in peace, 1940, 2021. Rest in peace, Jimmy Greaves. I did watch him. I was old enough to watch him. So the Bally on Ice at Main Road, he was in that one, of course. And of course, as a TV pundit, brilliant stuff. May he rest in peace. A City started the defence of the Carabao Cup. Yes, it's our cup. It's nobody else's cup. Well, it is at the moment. We had an injury crisis, and like it or not, Pep was forced to play many youngsters in the match-up with Wycombe Wanderers on the 21st of September at the Etihad. Our back line that day was Stefan, Egan Riley, Finlay Burns and Betty, Wilson Esprand and Lavia in front as the DM. And despite going a goal behind, the kids settled well. We went on to win 6-1 thanks to an more experienced forward and midfield line. KDB, Foden, Mahrez, Torres and Sterling, who are all chipped in with a goal. So there you go. Sorry, that was our attacking line. They didn't chip in for a goal. The scorers were KDB, Mahrez 2, Foden, Torres and Palmer. So a little bit out, yeah, Mr. Palmer getting on the act as well. Man of the match, yeah, grown-ups was Foden. And for the kids, Mbete. There you go. So well done, Mbete. We had a tough test then, really, as we visited the early league leaders, the early pace setters in Chelsea at Stamford Bridge on the 25th of September. But a great team display was far better than the 1-0 winning scoreline suggests. Jesus grabbed the winner. At least it was some payback for us over Tuchel, who had a bit of an Indian sign over us the previous season, didn't he? And he always seemed to get the better of Pep. But finally we turned that round. Hopefully there'll be more to continue. Man of the match for that one, Bernardo. City's last game of September was a daunting trip. Yes, daunting, but confident trip to PSG. This is match day 2, of course, of the UCL, and it was, of course, Messi who had the last laugh in this one in a 2-0 win for PSG. Despite City having 18 shots to the French team's 6, we left empty-handed, wounded, but not fatally, obviously. Man of the match, personally, nobody for me, but the M.E.N. Manchester Evening News gave it jointly to Walker and Rodri. They scored the highest. So September stats, played 6, won 4, drawn 1, lost 1, scored 14, let in 6. On to October 2021. After Chelsea and PSG came, at the time it was sort of one of those weeks where we just had difficult game after difficult game. A trip to Anfield was to follow, and despite City dominating the game as we had done in the empty stadium the season before, we could only manage a 2-2 draw this time, having to come back from being a goal down on both occasions. 1-0 and 2-1. Our scorers were Foden and KDB. Liverpool should really have played a big chunk of that game with only 10 men, but obviously Paul Turney, the referee, had his red rose-tinted coloured glasses on that day, that's for sure. City man of the match, Foden. After 7 league games, City sat third behind Chelsea and Liverpool, and obviously things would change, but we were on the shoulder. We weren't going to let them get away with it, let's put it that way. And with rumours about Bernardo wanting to leave City, we next welcomed Burnley to the Etihad on the 16th of October. A competent but not spectacular 2-0 win with goals from Bernardo and KDB in each half kept us rolling along. Werner replaced KDB for his 250th Premier League appearance, second only to Willian to reach that milestone. As far as Brazilians are concerned, he would, of course, go on to break that record by the end of the season. Man of the match, Bernardo. On paper, our midweek match and day 3 of the UCL trip, match day 3 to Brugge, seemed a shoe-in. And yes, on paper it seemed a shoe-in. On grass it certainly was a shoe-in, wasn't it? Cancelo and Mahrez brace, one from the spot. Walker and a first UCL goal for Palmer brought about a 5-1 scoreline. Very comfortable. Man of the match, Foden. Then it was off to the Amex and Brighton on the 23rd of October, whilst United were being humbled at the Swamp by Liverpool 5-0. Yep, a good day. I was down there. It was quite funny to listen into that one. Gundogan and a Foden brace put City 3 up at half-time, but Brighton had played pretty well. Indeed, played well in the second half as well. They got a goal back, but of course, at 3-1 we were okay, and finally a 95th minute goal by Mahrez gave us a slightly flattering 4-1 win. Yeah, they weren't the best of goals. They were all somewhat a bit deflecty or a bit sort of scrappy. But man of the match, Foden. Then it was off to the London Stadium to defend our Carabao Cup. It's our cup, it's nobody else's cup. But sadly, we didn't, and that's why we lost it. Despite a team of seasoned City professionals, all right, not particularly our first team, we couldn't make our dominance pay as we spurned chance after chance. It was always going to be a lottery, of course, when it ended 0-0 and went to penalties. After Foden missed the first, well, that was it. We were playing catch-up and never did, as all the pens were scored, and West Ham won without us needing even to take our fifth penalty. They'd already won it 5-3. So it's bye-bye, the Carabao Cup. Man of the match, yes, was Fernandinho. We finished October with a match-up with Palace, of course, at the Etihad on the 30th. So following on from the Carabao Cup, it was to get even worse. Bit of a hungover, of course, from losing our trophy. We were to suffer this sucker punch at what the Manchester Evening News rightly called a horror show, and that's what it was. Saw us lose 2-0 to the Palace as we dropped 5 points behind leaders Chelsea. 1-0 down at the break, despite a better second half. 10-man City, yes, Laporte had been sent off before half-time, quite rightly. We had 1 or 2 chances. Jesus had appeared to equalise, but was offside according to VAR. On 88 minutes, the sucker punch Palace added a second. Man of the match, none for me. I didn't give any, but 3 players shared 7 out of 10 on the Manchester Evening News: Rodri, Foden and Grealish. So that was the end of October. Played 6, won 3, drawn 1, lost 2, scored 13, letting 6. So not the greatest end, was it, to October? Round about Halloween, it just about summed it up. So please, that's the end of part 1. Join me for part 2 as we look to November and onwards to where the groundsman even and his staff weigh in with a Man of the Match award. So please join me back for that one. Thanks for watching, guys. Please, until the next time, we always one thing, don't we? Please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.